set ourselves up for that revolved triangle, make sure that the right heel is settled down onto the floor. You can angle the toes out to the side about 45 degrees. The right hand is going to come onto the inside of the left foot. We'll inhale, open the left fingertips up to the ceiling. The revolved triangle is like a nice little twist and balance, kind of rolled into one. So you really have to work the leg muscles to keep your balance here. But we're getting some nice opening through the spine. A nice chest opening too. As you inhale, trying to pull the left shoulder back so that left shoulder is stacked directly on top of the right shoulder. One more inhale, feeling that reach up through the left fingertips. On your exhale, left hand drops down. We'll inhale to step the left or the right foot up to meet the left. Exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, come halfway up. Forward fold. Softening the knees, squeezing the legs together gently. Take your inhale, sweep the arms out to the side. Press down into the ball of the foot. Length up through the fingertips. Exhale, hands drop down to heart center, coming into mountain. Full deep breath. So feeling that everything is even on the right and the left side of the body. Even weight in the feet, even effort between the sides of the body, and just gently pressing the hands together. Now we're going to come down into a squat. So I'm going to give you guys two different options depending on how your knees feel today. So option number one is going to be our goddess pose. So we step a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Angle the toes out slightly and then just drop the hips. Try and get the knees over the ankles. So this is a better option if your knees are sensitive because you're higher up. If your knees are okay and you want to try a lower squat, you're going to bring the feet just slightly wider than hip distance apart and then drop your tailbone all the way down to the floor. Try and bring the elbows to the inside of the knees. So this is Malasana, our nice deep squat or garland pose. We get really nice opening in the hips because you get the elbows kind of pressing the knees out to the sides. And then we can add our little wrist stretch here as well by rotating the fingers down toward the floor. Gently draw the heel of the hands up toward you. On your exhale, think about dropping the tailbone down to the floor. So that little rounding in the lower back that we're getting here is a nice lower back opener too. There's a lot going on in this pose. Just make sure that your knees aren't fighting you in this pose because it's a really strong bend in the knee. If you have any knee problems, this is not really an ideal pose. Let's take one more deep breath here. Rotating the fingers up toward the ceiling, releasing the arms. Slowly pressing into the feet to come back up. And then walking the feet in, shaking the legs out slightly. Feel those inner hips?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one to practice in a door too. If you stand inside the door and then hold on to the door jamb and kind of lean yourself back, you get this nice stretch through the whole back, like upper back, middle back, and lower back. So whenever my back hurts, I like to do that. You get a little bit of traction through your arms. It's nice. Okay, let's take our inhale. Smooth up. Exhale, open the arms, soft knees to dive forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Now let's stay here in our forward bend just for a few extra breaths. If you want, you can cross your arms or hold on to opposite elbow to get a bit more weight in the upper body. just to help to sink the body weight forward. You can put a little extra bend in the knees if you feel like that helps you to get into the lower back more. One more full breath. On your exhale, to see if there's anything else you can release, anything that you've been holding. And we'll take an exhale, release the arms down toward the floor. Let's do a little sway side to side with the arms. Just nice and gentle fluid, moving the upper body back and forth. You might feel a stretch down the sides of the lower back as you sway to one side or the other. Making sure that you're keeping the knees soft here. Eventually making that movement a little smaller so that you can make your way back into the middle. Dropping the arms, dropping the head down toward the floor. Softening the knees just enough to bring the palms down. We'll take an inhale, step the left leg all the way back. On your exhale, step the right leg back. Pressing the hips back in your down dog. Take one more full breath here. With your next exhale, drop your knees down to the floor. We're going to come into table. Now one more nice hip opener, because we've got those inner hips nice and warmed up. From here, I'm going to start to walk the knees a little bit wider apart.